morning to you too. How are you?
Here we are, session 3. Yay!
Welcome back.
I'm learning and thinking and being challenged.
Oh, goodness.
So we are talking about joy. In the first session, we kind of spoke a little bit about your testimony and how you got to a place of complete emptiness and how you then had to make a decision to find joy. And then in the second session, we spoke about the decision again, how joy is not necessarily a feeling we get or that it's going to knock on your door. And you made an incredible comment about joy is having an understanding of who you are and the wholeness of who you are. In every given situation. And then, I'm just recapping all this stuff because it's amazing. And then you spoke about the seed of joy and how we need to find the seed in every situation, any person that we can reflect, that we see as a mirror reflection, and that we can focus on that. But anyway, so that was what, some of the stuff that I took away from the previous session. But today, and I think in the first session you spoke about it in joy and how we can create with joy. And I want to kind of open the floor to you today and say, how in the world do we do that? What does it mean? What does it mean that we have the ability to create with that decision that we made?
Okay. This is my absolute favorite part. I bask in this. It's like, yes, this is life.
We can see that you are shining.
Okay, joy is my best friend, obviously. So, but then joy must also make things happen. I can't be full of joy and nothing happens. Life must happen around me, and because I have a very good idea of what I don't want. You see, for me, Kirby also speaks about the creative part in mystery school. I just put it in very layman's terms, not Kirby terms, so that us mere mortals can understand what the guy is talking about. It's like he jumps in his Ferrari and he's going around the track, and I'm like, it's like watching tennis. All right, so for me, because I had the creative experiences when I didn't know what I was doing, it kind of stopped. Obviously, otherwise I wouldn't have been here. I would have created my own place, and the things in the States would have manifested, and this and that and that. And I was so frustrated because I didn't understand, in a way, why is it blocked? What's happening now? I can't create nothing. But I created out of a mindset and a will and a place of joy for that moment. But it was not a lifestyle. All right, so now here I realized, with finding the joy in the places where I'm at, like going to gym, visiting people, helping this and that and that, I started doing the creative thing with small steps, baby steps, like segment intending. I intend, when I get on my motorbike here and I go to town, it's like 15 k's from here, there's a traffic light that takes forever to change over. And it's always red because it's coming into town from a freeway. We're coming into town. So the traffic lights synchronized in town, but not for us coming in. I can't stand that traffic light. So I started segment intending. I'm going to go to town. I have to drive that road because there's a place I have to stop. The traffic light will be green. And the secret to this is your frequency. Your frequency of joy must be kind of in a level. You can't create nothing if you're lying somewhere next to the river, not on a raft or rowing upward. The river is your frequency. Get into that frequency while you try to create the traffic light to be green. Right, that's where I start. Then it worked. Then I said, okay, because I'm on my way to money here. But money is at the moment for me dark. It looks a bit like a dragon, but not such a friendly one. You know, it's like it's opposing me. All right, so I took baby steps. I said, all right, let's do the traffic light. Next thing, I want to see a green car, because that you create like that. I want to see a green car, and I'll wait for the green car. So I carry on, live my life, waiting for the green car, keep my frequency right, keep my mind okay, talk to people. And then I was standing in the gym one day, and that at that very moment, I said, today I will see my green car, because you can feel the frequency turning up inside of you. You can't create, if your frequency is on 94.5, but you want to listen to 108 on your radio, you have to turn into 108. Now 94.5 will give you another station. You can stay and focus and speak whatever you want on 94.5. You're not on 108. So get yourself on 108. Then you flow in a stream. Your frequency is that what you want to receive. All right, now I'm on my frequency is fine. I want to see a green car. Took a while, like 2, 3, 4 days. Was in the gym, went to the window. I thought, there's my car's coming. Went to the window, there's my car. That creates like a authority inside of you, a creative power starts to emerge from within. Of this is the ability I have. My frequency is right, and I speak what I want, and I train my nervous system to receive that. I can't speak and think something else. You block the pipe. This is a flow. If I say I want to see a green car, well, my very next thought is, I'll never see a green car. If the green car won't come to me, maybe to Mark Marie, but not to me. It's not going to work. You have to train your nervous system not to go into that rejection. I'm not good enough. I won't see it. I won't find it. You have to train yourself. That's why I say to every person, start small. Do not say, I want R1 million if you can't trust for a butterfly. Stay with the butterfly until you move on to a green car. And then you change it. You say, I want to see a logo. I waited quite a long time for a logo. And then someone sent me that never use emoticons. She sent me that logo. And there was my logo. So I'm just very patient in it, because then my nervous system starts to react. My frequency starts to get stronger and stronger. It starts to receive and not to reject, because you could see the evidence of what you did. You did the segment intending, the traffic light was good. Now this, and then the car, and now this. And then I start with money. I said, all right, that first month, I want to receive 2,000 Rand. Now I'm used to it. My nervous system is used to it. I don't fight it anymore. I received my 2,000 Rand. After that, I said, okay, now I want to do, I still did the segment intending. Like when I go to gym, I want someone to come and talk to me that I've never spoken to before. And then I'll change my time, my gym time. Because now I know everybody in the segment when I'm there. And everybody talks to everybody, and hello, and that, and that. So I changed my time. I said, I want someone to come talk to me today. I've never seen before. And it happens. The person just walked up to me and said, oh, I don't know what we, it was a short conversation, but it happened. So I keep that thing alive. So then I said, I want 5,000 Rand. In that month, I said, I wanted 5,000 Rand. I received 11,000 Rand. Now I'm in the flow. I stay in the flow. And then next month, I said, I want another 5,000 Rand, because I was too scared to ask for more. I'm telling you the truth, because just now I ask, I don't receive, and I'm off my plate. And I received 500 Rand, and then 5,000 Rand. And then after that, I changed it to more. But now I'm in a place and a space where I can wait, where I don't fight it. I don't say, okay, I won't receive it. Because I know the road is open, my pipe is flowing. The frequency is working. I draw to myself what I speak up. The thing is, don't hammer the drum. Don't break the drums. I want my money. I want my money. Where's my money? Where's my money? That focus change into negativity. Just be general. Money will come. I'm relaxed, I'm waiting for the money. Whenever it's come, I'm ready. I create a place to receive that money. It will come. And do not, when you go to the shops and you don't have money in your purse, don't freak out. Don't have that thing. I never have money. I never have enough money. Oh, no. Don't do that thing. You block your pipe. The universe, Kirby said once, long time ago, I think it's one of the first things he said, what was weird to me, but 100% true. He said, the universe is watching you. And I'll never forget that. It's about 3 years ago he said that. And I thought, what is this new age guy talking about? But when I had the full meaning of what he said, I realized, like he said the other day, God, do not react to what because we believe in Jesus. God react because of our reaction. And this is the same thing. It's a frequency around you. So keep the pipe open by staying general. Money will come, just relax. The thing that he said, the universe is watching you. Don't run after specials. Buy what, if you wake up and you feel the Holy Spirit say to you, go to that store. There's something cheap you want there. There's something cheaper than normal. Go there, because there's also obedience in this whole thing. It's not just, I want to do it my way, because then you also block. You must be sensitive to all the road marks. Go left to Krugersdorp, go right, follow that. So then, if you go to a shop and there's something that you want, it's expensive, just buy it, because the universe is watching you. But don't buy it and cry because you bought it. You fall off your plate. The universe is watching you, and it reacts to what you do. And the universe reacts in the frequency that you do it. There's no negative doing, but positive receiving. There's just one way, and that is in that frequency of receiving, and it's coming, and I know it's coming, and I trust it. It will come at the right time, and I'm growing into it, and I believe it, I live it, and it will happen. And if people ask you when is it coming, it's coming.
Thank you, Talanie. And I think that creating thing is important for all of us, and we are all learning that. And I'm definitely the first one to say, hey, I'm still learning. I'm still trusting for the butterfly. I'm also trusting for the million, but I'm at the butterfly at the moment. But I want to ask you. You speak about frequency, and I have an understanding of vibration and frequency. And for me, it always feels like, kind of a musical note. There's kind of levels, and sometimes I'm vibrating here, but what I want is vibrating on a whole different level. And that is the thing, that you say is continue. But my question to you is, where does joy fit into this whole vibrating frequency thing? How do we connect joy and creating with each other? What does joy do in terms of this frequency thing?
Joy creates the frequency. Joy is the creator of that frequency of receiving, because you receive because of joy. You see, what I can use this example. When I prayed for my motorbike 2 years ago. I said, this is what I want. Exactly. I got just what I wanted. I actually got more money, bought the motorbike. But that feeling, that morning when I woke up, and it was a lawyer that I used when I was still like a normal person doing business. He phoned me, he said to me, there's money left over from tax, you paid too much tax on one of your properties, and it was more than enough for the motorbike. That feeling was a creative feeling with joy. Yes, it's coming, it is here. That feeling it's part of the joy, because when you have joy, you create your surrounding, you create with people around you, not necessarily segment intending, but it's part of it, because that joy, that frequency keeps the pipe open. You created the pipe, now things start flowing through the pipe. Now you say, I want to see a butterfly, but your frequency is already right, because you have the joy inside of you. Now it draws the butterfly. It literally draws it in, and it opens your eyes to it. What also is important is to acknowledge change. Kirby also spoke about it. He said to acknowledge change makes it bigger and easier to go towards what you want. It's like baking that cake. You imagine it, you follow the recipe, you do it. This is the same thing. You have the joy. You can bake. Now you put it in your imagination, you create it, and it comes towards you because of the frequency. If you don't have joy and you have a negative spirit in you, you can ask, it's in your vortex. It will lie there waiting for that pipe to open again. You open that pipe with joy because life is joy. Creativity is from your joy.
Okay, thank you for that. I want to go back, but I kind of want to take it back to the conversation we had before. So we spoke about before that joy is a decision. Okay, I need to decide that I want to have joy. Joy is not going to knock on my door. It's not just going to be there. So I actually have my decision to have joy is going to help manifestation for something else. So if I choose to look at Talanie and I see 10% of Talanie that I like in the mirror, and I focus on that 10%, that is going to create joy in me. I'm going to become aware of the joy inside of me. And that is raising my vibration. And on that vibration, it gives me the ability to create a butterfly. Am I understanding that correct?
Yes, yeah.
So now I have a little bit, so the joy that I have doesn't need to be 100% of Talanie. It can only be 10% of Talanie, because that is enough to create a butterfly. But then the momentum at least has started, and then it can grow from there. But for me, it's still going to be a continual decision to now choose joy when the butterfly comes, and to once again choose joy when the 2,000 Rand comes, and to continue to, but it's actually choosing the joy before the butterfly comes. It's choosing the joy before the 2,000 Rand comes.
Yes, when it manifests, it enhances your creative ability, because now you know it's working. Simple as that. Oh, it's working. Really? I can do this. And then you milk that feeling. When you see your butterfly, you say, wow, it's really working. I didn't create the butterfly. I draw it in. It's a creativity that you have for the butterfly to come in towards your frequency. Now you realize this thing is working. Now you keep that feeling. You have the joy. You realize what's going on. You admit, you acknowledge it. The acknowledgement of what happens is very important, because the universe is watching you. Here's my butterfly. Yes. And when it takes a while for the next thing to manifest, go back to that feeling of the butterfly. This is how it feels. I can carry that feeling. I can live that feeling until the next thing comes. It allows you to stay on a plate that you recognize. It makes it familiar, like the nervous system reacts to that. This is how we do it, because we do it all the time. We have joy, we call stuff in, we create it.
Okay, one last question before we wrap the session as well is, you spoke about the frequency that is a river, but how do I keep that frequency? How do I not fall off the plate? Does that mean I need to start from scratch again? So now I have
no, you don't start from scratch again. You start where you get off, you fall off your plate. Then in order to get back on your plate, it's not gonna, oh, let me just trust again, feel the feeling, have joy again. Generalize, soft gaze. What happened? This is what I saw. This is how I created the butterfly. This is how I felt. This is where I'm at. And then you also add some gratefulness in that. I'm actually okay where I'm at. I'm not hungry. You go to the reality of your life and be grateful for that. And then you bring that feeling of the day you saw that butterfly. Then your joy level will rise. You get on your plate, off you go. But you will fall off. I get nose dives like you can't believe. My nose is long. I don't know why it's so long, because I fall flat on it sometimes.
Oh my word! Thank you so much. Create.
Something I want to add here, and it's very important, is the inner healing and the awareness, and the if you have unforgiveness, bitterness, blame shifting, unsatisfied. If you have those things, just sort it out, because that blocks everything. Get that out of your life. It's so not worth it. You can ask for whatever you want, but if that frequency is fighting this frequency, you can't get rid of that, and then your pipe will open.
Wow, that's quite profound. But let's start our next session with those frequencies that is not on the same, and how do we get them on the same space, on the same level. And then I think let's also connect on manifesting. How does joy manifest? And yeah, I think we've kind of touched on that. I think it's kind of where we kind of spoke about it, but let's dive a little bit deeper into that. And I will see you again soon. Thank you for this. I'm going to look for my butterfly now.
Have a good day. See you soon.
Talk soon.